Over here on Hanover Avenue. Happy summer, everyone. On a drop dead gorgeous, not for some people, but summer morning here actually we're in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. But a drop dead gorgeous, hot, humid. It's summer. It's summer. What can I say? But quick review on the Cementon Fair up in Cementon, Pennsylvania, which is basically from Bethlehem and Allentown, Easton, the main three. It's at the top of the hill, almost at the top of the hill, at 145 and 329. It's at the Cementon Playground, and I'll tell you what, I grew up in this area, grew up going to that fair. This year, I came back in September 2010, went in 2011. Don't remember a single thing about it. But this year, walking around, I'm surprised at how large this fair is. When you check the videos, I arrived right after the fair officially kicked off and started. And I'll tell you what, this is one where you definitely want to take the family here this year or any year for several reasons. Number one, walking around after the crowd got there, people started arriving, I felt like a teenager again. The reason being partially because I grew up with it, but this is a great typical small town fair. You have a combination of outside of, in the main area, a majority of it is your carnival rides, games, and food. But you also have great places, local places to eat, like Yakko's hot dogs, Vince's cheesesteaks, and when you go in the building, you can pick up a hot dog and a hot dog for $1.50. They have halushkis, I think they're called. Some great ethnic food. And when you go behind the building, you have two main features. Number one, a mechanical bowl for all ages. So that adds the rural aspect to this fair, in addition to the small town, which is easily noticeable. And they also have a stage back there for the bands, which leads me into my next point of the American Street Band, a great cover band here in Lehigh Valley. My first time experiencing them at the fair, at the opening night of the fair. They kicked things off, and you could tell that it was easy to tell that they really planned the set list, because the first song was "We're an American Band," which was a fantastic way to announce, guess what, the Cementon Fair for 2015 is officially kicked off. After that, they dropped into the blues and then brought things back up. So the American Street Band, typical rock blues band, with the way they looked, the way they were on stage, literally a perfect way to kick off the fair. Now, getting back to the fair and away from the music, which they're getting a special mention in this week's edition also, but getting back to the fair part of it, like I said, you have a combination of where outside in the main area, it's mainly the carnival rides, games, and food. But like I said, it's just fantastic the way they, you also have, to a point, a balance of the local flavor to the Lehigh Valley also. Again, Vince's cheesesteaks, Yakko's, inside to support the fire company and the fair itself. Hot dogs $1.50, Kansas soda $1.50 a shot. That would have been really weird to say pop, but anyway. And also inside you have more of your local vendors, including the Whitehall Fire Department, which was a stand for the Whitehall Fire Department, which, they risk, like the police, they risk their lives every day to save ours. So normally on a typical small town fair in Lehigh Valley, it takes me about 30 seconds to a minute to walk around. As you can tell from the video tour, it takes a lot longer than this. Now, would I recommend this to the family, especially those on a very limited budget? Yes, I would, because of the combination of, especially if you're visiting the area, the Cementon Fair is a part of the living history of the Lehigh Valley. I couldn't tell you how many years this fair's been going on, but I do know it's been going on since I've been a kid. I'm 44, so I have to figure roughly about 34, 35 years at least. And again, I cannot emphasize this enough. When I was walking around the fair, I felt like I was a teenager again. Not only because I grew up in the area and because I grew up with this fair, but also because it had that feel and atmosphere to it. It took you back to when you were a kid. in almost every case, all right, depending on where you grew up. So that, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to bring the family here and have a good time, unlike some of the fairs and festivals in the area. Again, hot dogs, bucket and a half, a pop here. Soda, they have like a peach cobbler for $3. At the one stand it was no more than $4.50. Vince's, Yakko's is very reasonably priced. Vince's also. Definitely, if this year or in the future, if you live here or are visiting the area, at least for one night, definitely take your family out there. You're guaranteed to have a great time with some great food and entertainment. There's one other highlight. The fair runs until the end of the week, and on Saturday they have a fantastic fireworks show. But keep an eye on the weather, because like all fairs and festivals, this one's depending on the weather, especially with the bands. So if you look up at the sky and as the radar is a backup, and you see that there are storms coming in, or it looks like it's going to rain, hold off on that night and plan for another night, because unfortunately, that's the dice that all the fairs and festivals, no matter where you live, that's the dice that they roll. So, Michael Phoenix, enjoy summer, everybody. It's finally here. It's hot. It's been hot, humid, and a combination of that and the rain and the storms here. Typical summer, start of summer here in the Lehigh Valley. Be safe. Go out, have a great time. Enjoy with the family and friends, but be smart about it. Thank you very much for the support, and you have no idea what it means to me. And if you're in the valley, you never know. You might see me around. Michael Phoenix, founder of the magazine. Take care, everybody. Later.